What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I wanted to talk about a little bit of news that we got a couple days ago, and this was the announcement of a partnership between Activision Blizzard as well as Google. And this is something that will almost definitely impact Call of Duty in the future, maybe not for Modern Warfare, but most likely for the next Call of Duty title. Because with this partnership, it looks like going forward, Activision Blizzard is going to be using Google Cloud as their preferred provider for game hosting infrastructure. Additionally, with this deal, everything from Activision Blizzard is going to be streamed exclusively on YouTube, and this does apply to the Call of Duty League, which we have seen with the first event this past weekend. But the main thing I wanted to focus on today is the fact that it looks like Call of Duty in the future will be using Google Cloud for hosting games, as opposed to the current system and the system they've been using for quite a few years now, which has relied on private server hosting like Vulture, GameServers.com, and Chupa. Now, what will this move actually mean? Well, we can only really talk about it in theory right now. We don't know how things are going to be implemented and what exactly is going to happen with this. But in theory, moving over to Google Cloud should give us better overall infrastructure when it comes to the game hosts. So theoretically, we will be seeing more stable servers as well as potentially lower latency across the board. Keep in mind, this isn't necessarily guaranteed, and honestly, depending on where you are and everything, you might not even notice any difference if they were to make the switch tomorrow. However, this could and theoretically should improve the overall game hosting experience. Now, as for the hosting locations, I actually managed to find a map here of the current and also projected future data centers that Google Cloud uses. And you can see there's a pretty good spread, but honestly, this isn't much different from what we currently have if we're just looking at locations of these data centers. We still won't be seeing a data center in the Middle East, which does suck for all those players in the Middle East because I feel like they struggle the most when it comes to this. But overall, region-wise, it's pretty similar to what we currently have with Call of Duty hosting. Now, one of the big things that comes to mind with this potential switch in the future is perhaps we're finally going to move into a fully dedicated system. The thing with this cloud service and this partnership is it's likely going to be a lower cost for what they're currently paying to all of the different private providers that they've been using. And this could also mean in the future, for the first time in Call of Duty on console at least, we may be able to actually choose our region or our data center that we connect to. That would be huge. That's an area where other franchises absolutely blow Call of Duty out of the water, just being able to choose which data center you're connecting to so you get a stable, consistent ping every single game you play. It doesn't just decide which region you're going to play in the background. You could actually choose that. Now, of course, that's not confirmed or anything. It's just with this new infrastructure and with everything consolidated into one provider, it opens up the capability for that. As for the other potential benefits of this, like I said, this is likely going to be a lower cost solution for them. And this could mean, and I hope it means, we will have dedicated custom matches as well. In Modern Warfare, custom games are player hosted, so they use the listen server system, and as a result, they run at a 12 Hz tick rate, which is absolutely unacceptable for a fast-paced first-person shooter. This is what the professional players actually practice on at 12 Hz. And that is absolutely laughable. This leads to so many horrible situations like super bullets, for instance, where you will have multiple bullets that hit on the same frame, which leads to very jarring situations. Also, peeker's advantage is exaggerated quite a bit when you're looking at that 12 Hz tick rate. So I'm hoping that with this shift to Google Cloud, we could also potentially see dedicated custom matches in the future. On top of that, we may also just see better tick rates across the board. Now, for 6v6 in Modern Warfare, the tick rate's actually as good as it can realistically be for console, at least on this game, at around 60 Hz, which is great. And there is that common misconception that it's 12 Hz servers even for public matches, and that only applies when you're not using a dedicated server, which is very rare. Most games in public matches are hosted currently on dedicated servers running at 60 Hz, which is awesome. However, bigger modes like Ground War, those are running at about 20 to 25 Hz. And this means there is definitely room for improvement on those larger scale modes, and perhaps this shift to Google Cloud could mean that we see improvement in those areas. So you can definitely see there's a lot of potential positives to making this switch over to Google Cloud, and this is quite exciting to see. Having said that though, the hosting provider is just one part of the bigger picture of networking and netcode and all of that stuff combined. There's a lot more going on besides just who is actually hosting the game. And really, everything here is just in theory. Realistically speaking, we might not notice any difference whatsoever. Everything might be handled exactly the same and might feel exactly the same to us. But the potential for improvement is also exciting at the same time. Now, having said all of this, there is something that was a little bit worrisome from this announcement. There is one particular section of this announcement. And with this, they say that they will also have optimal personalized interactions as Activision Blizzard can tap into Google Cloud's AI tools to offer curated recommendations for in-game offers and differentiated gaming experiences. This is something that does worry me within the context of Call of Duty, at least. Essentially, this would take things to the next level as far as a lot of the monetization stuff goes. So with this, they'll have the tools available to track user data and apply AI to that to try and get you to buy as many things as possible. This could also impact how matchmaking works. It could take things to the next level when it comes to either skill-based or monetization-based matchmaking within Call of Duty. And this is the kind of stuff that definitely worries me. I hate the idea of my gaming experience being manipulated in the background in order to try and sell me stuff, especially if it's purposely making things feel worse for me in order to encourage me to buy something. This is the kind of stuff that really scares me with the future of gaming, and with this switch over to the Google Cloud services, it looks like it's just going to streamline the capability of implementing features like this. So while this announcement at first glance is really good news and it's got some really exciting prospects, at the same time, I do have my reservations about that statement that they made within this. But at the end of the day, we don't really know exactly how this is going to apply to Call of Duty, how they're going to choose to implement everything here, and what will actually happen in the future. It's all still up in the air. I am hoping to see some serious improvements to the actual dedicated server system within COD, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And with that, I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about this news and the potential for what we'll be seeing in the future of Call of Duty? Also, just out of curiosity, what do you guys think about the fact that all of the CDL matches are now streamed on YouTube rather than on multiple platforms or on Twitch specifically? That's something I didn't really touch on with my opinions. Personally, I prefer using Twitch as a platform for live streaming, but at the same time, this may be the type of thing that pushes YouTube to take various features to the next level and improve their live platform. Again, I guess we'll just have to wait and find out about that. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.